Hey, what's up YouTubers? Lee John Blackmore here at Super Easy Guitar. So this week I want to show you 5 different techniques that are going to help you improve your improvisation and your soloing, okay? Let's get straight into it. So as always, you're not going to be limited just by the electric guitar. You can also do this on the acoustic guitar if you don't have an electric, okay? So I get tons and tons of questions asking me about soloing and all this kind of stuff, and in fear of repeating myself, which I always do, you must know the pentatonic scale, guys. So that's the first thing we're going to look at. If you don't know what it is, it's a universal language when it comes to playing the guitar, so make sure you know it. Let's do it in the key of B for a change. Most people learn it in A. Let's do it in B, which that means the root is on the bottom E string at the 7th fret, okay? And it's going to go 7, 10, and then it's going to go 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10. So the important thing about this is to try and get this picking correct. So I always suggest to people using alternate picking, okay, which means you're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that's your first one. Now, it's all well and good being able to play the pentatonic, but it doesn't sound terribly interesting. So the next thing then is to learn the extensions of the pentatonic. Now, we're just going to stick to the minor for now, okay? So what I'm going to do for the minor, I'm going to swap my first finger. Instead of going, I'm going to swap my first finger for my third, and then what I'm going to do is play 7 on the bottom E string, then 5 on the A string, then 7 on the A, then slide to 9. 7 on the D, then 9 on the D. Okay, so we got this. You can keep going. And so on. Okay, you can keep going with that. All right. So that's the extension. That's the minor pentatonic extension. Obviously, it works in any position. Sometimes you hear me talking about the slide in pentatonic. Okay, so that means just slide in between the notes, and is better known as the extensions, okay? Because we're extending the scale into separate positions, okay? So that's always going to be the same no matter where you play it. So if we play it in G, so G is going to be the same, okay? Remember, when you hit the B string, and it's a good thing to just try and use the first and third finger, okay? It's always the first and third finger for now. And as I was saying, when it comes to the B string, there's a little shift, okay? And then if you're going to slide up there, normally we'd go. But if you're going to slide up on the B, you have to find that note there, which is going to be 11, okay? So that's the pentatonic with the root on the bottom E string, or the extension. Now, so we'll say the pentatonic is the first thing to practice, okay? So, and the extension is going to be the second thing, the second technique. Okay, so the third thing, I guess, we're going to talk about doing the pentatonic scale with the root on the A string, right? Sorry. So now that would be E. But you know, say I didn't want to play it down here. I wanted to find my way up this fretboard. So this note here, 7th fret on the A string, is E. Okay, so really we want to know our way through that position. Alright, so we're going to start, our first finger is going to be on the 7th fret on the A string, and then we're going to go 7, 10, okay? So 7, 10 on the A, then 7, 9 on the D, 7, 9 on the G. Now you can either use your second finger for this next one, and we're going to go 8. So you can use your second or your first finger. 8 and then 10 on the B, and then back to 7 on the top E, and then 10 on the top E as well. So no matter where you do it off that A string with the root on the A string, so C, it's just going to be there on the 3rd fret. So D, obviously 5th fret. E that we've done. You know, F, and so on. All right, so that's in single position. Doesn't sound terribly interesting when you play it like that, I know, but when you put it over a song and put it into context, it'll sound great, okay? So we want to know the extensions. So the 4th thing will be the extensions with the root from the A string. So say we're doing D. Okay. So you don't get confused. And again, I'm going to use this technique where I swap the first finger for the 3rd. So now, instead of going, 5, 8, I'm actually using my 3rd finger and I'm going 5 over to the D string, 3, 5, slide, over to the G, 5, 7, shift, slide. You could go right up there to the 13th, okay? Oh, minor, sorry. So it's exactly the same notes, it's just one is extended. You can go right up there and just follow the scale, okay? So that's the 4th thing. Now I guess really the 5th thing would be with the root, the pentatonic with the root from the D string. Now this is kind of handy to familiarize yourself with. So if you've learned the extensions with the root on the bottom E string, so let's take G as an example. So if you've learned that, you've actually already played the root from the D string, okay? It was just the octave up here. Sorry. Played it there. Okay, so there's the extension. All right, so let me put things into perspective here. So this is G. With the root on the bottom E string, and that is the shape that we want to play, okay? Now if we play the extension, root still on the bottom E. So we've taken that all the way through. We end up here. You know, if you wanted to finish it off we could finish it right up there, because that's G, right? But there might be a situation where you want to play the root off the D string, like halfway across the fretboard. So in that case, in a single position, it would be 5, because that's G. The 5th fret on the D string is G. 5, 8. Then it gets really easy, because we're going 5, 7. There's a shift. So then it's 6, 8. And 6, 8 on the top E. So it's really easy. Now that's kind of, sounds exactly the same, right? However you want to play it. So you can even turn that into an extension by again swapping your first finger for your third. Now I'm going to the next note, so I'm going 3, 5 on the G. I'm shifting up there to 6 on the B. And you can take it all the way back down, so the extension's there. You can play it anywhere, so if you wanted let's say the B note on the D string, the B root, okay? Okay, that's in a single position. Then to play the extension, swap to your third finger. So I put a bit of the blues in there as well. You're not limited to just playing the pentatonic. You can add the blues scale in as well, okay? So it doesn't really matter what you're using, okay? So it's really good just to visualize where these things go and be familiar with them. So when you are playing them over a backing track, you can find your way around much easier and be more fluid. So the other thing to remember is when you get past the 12th fret, it's actually, obviously a repeat of this lower fret down here. So for example, the 15th, where this dot is up here, is the same as the 3rd down here, right? So if we're playing G and we're playing the extensions, it's also going to work up here. Okay? So whatever you learn down here can be played up here as well. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. Please don't forget, give me the thumbs up, subscribe, check out some of the links below, and I'll see you again the same time next week.